Hello and welcome to another video analyzing session, I guess. This one has been sent in by Ashik, and I'm excited to share with you like some of the things that I have observed, and hopefully I can help Ashik with quite a little bit of tips and information and what he should work on. And I love doing these videos, so if you would love for me to look at your games and give you some tips and feedbacks and advices, it will be an honor. It will be a privilege. So yeah, there'll be a link in the description below to explain everything. But yeah, I can't believe I can do this in the little corner of the world, in a small city, and I'm like networking with people from all around the world. So this is really exciting. Got to love YouTube, and thank you for supporting and I guess believe in me. And so let's get on with this. So very short video. It basically just clips of his swing for me to analyze, and there's no rallies, one or two rallies. So let's have a quick look. So nice and high. He's so tall, long legs. Geez, I'm jealous. So here we go. So hopefully you can start identify some mistakes already. There are probably about 5 there. Right, so let's pause here. So as you can see, the first obvious mistake is I need my racket, is he's holding pen handle. And Ashik did mention that he thought he was doing V grip, but when he watched it in slow motion, he realized he was doing pen handle. And what you find that is often quite true when people are trying to learn pen handle is that they might start in pen handle and slowly they go straight back into V grip. Just because with pen handle, you're in this position, you can't hit the shuttle. You have to learn to rotate your forearm and square up the racket, and that takes a long time to get used to. And before you know it, suddenly this feels so much easier for you. And I think this is what happened in this case. So in order to learn V grip and learn how to hit properly, the most important thing is honestly dedication and grit. How much you want to learn and play with a V grip, because it's just so easy to go back to the pen handle. So easy. But if you're saying, you know what, I really want to be better at badminton, then V grip is the only way to go. So learn to hold this beautiful V grip, learn to have a relaxing hand, the finger just curl around the racket like this, and learn to squeeze and chop. See, I'm chopping. Right, I'm chopping, squeeze and chop. You can chop here, you can chop up there, you can chop vertically, you can chop sideways, but just learn to be in this position. Okay, and it just takes time and dedication. So that's one problem. So V grip, one problem. The other problem you see is that he set up position. So when I teach students, normally this is 0, you're getting ready for the shuttle, and this is 1. Okay, so how to go from 0 to 1, and the actual 1 position itself is where beginners start to create lots of weird positions and hand movement that just make the swing that little bit more tougher. And as you can see here, his elbow to low, that grip is, that hand angle is like this, and it just look uncomfortable and probably a lot of stress as well. Oh, as you can see, his fingers, see how he started releasing the finger? So I love the fact that Ashik understands the principle of soft hand and relaxing hand, because he will be able to squeeze, which I think he will. Boom, beautiful. But don't let go of the finger, right? Very few players in the professional circuit release this, and they normally only do this when they're about to smash. When they do a clear drop, they wouldn't do this, okay? So just learn to just allow the racket to hang in your finger. Your finger just curl around like this, and that's enough to give it plenty of space. So don't go like this. I think that's probably not good. So with Ashik and anybody out there who think their number 1 position is not good, think about bow and arrow. So you imagine this is a bow, and I'm just pulling it back. To hold this position. Now imagine if you're shooting something in the sky. And essentially that is your number 1 position up here, and then just relax that left hand, and this is your 1 position. Yeah, so once again, if we go in front, pull back, up, and then relax the left hand. This is your 1 position. And is something that you have to practice lots and lots and lots in front of the mirror, in front of the window at night to see your reflection, and just build that muscle memory and that form and that instinct. Okay, so please, Ashik, if you can, just learn to stay in the V grip, soft hand, don't let go. That's 1 already, and go from 0 to 1 like this, and practice that. Okay, right. In his rotation, as you can see, when he's land, his body weight is still very much on the back foot, which is this foot here. So he is not driving his body weight onto the front foot to help him to go forward. So this will make the next shot, if it was a drop shot, very, very difficult. So yeah, so rotation and leaning on that left foot of his front foot, will be really important for him to when he start playing rally. So going back, you know, and in that one position, as you can imagine, when I pull back the arrow and go up like this, you can see how high my elbow is. So when your elbow is up here, right, all you have to do is go from here and up, and then you're ready to go. When your elbow's down here, that's a long way to bring it up before you start hitting. So as you know, beginners, players, I always try to recommend that you prepare with your elbow quite high. Okay, see, that elbow is way too low. Now the other problem with his swing, that is actually not bad. His contact point is quite high. As you can see here, this elbows up, hands up, that's actually quite good, because some of the other swing, it was way down here, which is probably not too flash, but that is actually really, really nice. So please keep it up into a high elbow preparation and high contact point, especially with Ashik. He looks like he's quite tall. Well, it looks like he's tall, you know, so use that height. Don't waste that height of yours by swinging like this, and your elbow is down here and your contact point's only here. But by having this elbow up, that's really, really nice. Good job. But once again, as you can see, that body weight is too much on that back foot and not on the front foot enough, and it will make lunging for the next shot very, very difficult, right? Oh, so he has to go forward, right? So that, there's, I think the next one, there's a rally. So with Ashik as well, his rotation after he lands, his footwork is not quite correct to allow him to recover. So when you practice, think about the 3 phases of a swing. You got your preparation, swing, and the recovery, which means how do you get out of that shot to prepare for the next shot, so that the transition before the recovery phase of one shot to the preparation phase of the next shot is a lot smoother and seamless. And that's how you're able to move your way around the court more effortlessly between rallies. If you don't have a good recovery phase, the next shot becomes a lot harder. Okay, so here, let's hope he does a split step, and that will be one big thing that he has to work on, is that split step. Okay, split step is just something that you have to do over and over and over again, with shuttle, without shuttle, with racket, without rackets, in rally, with outside of rallies. There's just no way around it, and you have to practice to build in the muscle memory, the instinct, and the mindset that you got to split and go, split and go, split and go, right? The World Tour final is on right now as we speak. I think Ansa Young is just finishing her match, and she is an amazing player, and her footwork, why so fast, it's just the way she split, it's just so beautiful to watch. So please use every chance you can to practice your split step. Okay, so once again, he's coming back, beautiful skip back here, left hand nice and high, which I love, pointing to the shuttle, lower the left hand to clear it. Yeah, really high contact, right? Not a bad contact. Could be a little bit high up here, but apart from that, it's not bad. But once again, as you can see, after he lands, that body weight is not going forward enough, right? And by the time the gentleman hits over here, that's just too far back, right? It should be about up here. And now suddenly, oh, that's a long way back, but he has his long legs and he's able to go for it. Good job. I love how this backhand is right back here. So that's a beautiful form, right? Oh, don't lift that foot up. So he's lunging. Ashik lunging is something that he needs to improve a lot, such as this example here. And this is something that you see a lot in beginners. And what I mean by this is no split step, no proper footwork to allow you to, you know, explosively move forward. And as you can see here, Ashik's body start falling already. He start crouching down. He start falling towards a shuttle, like tumbling towards a shuttle in a way. And this does a couple things to your swing and your body as well. This is a huge amount of stress on your lower back. And if you do that a lot of time in a game, every day, that back is going to give out one day. No doubt about it. And once you land, you will see this. That knee is in front of the ankle, and I can tell. Which means that you're putting huge amount of pressure on the kneecap joint, the patella especially, and that will just lead to injuries, right? So not only that you're putting stress on your lower back, you're putting heaps of stress on the patella, and these two areas, the lower back and the patella, are the two most common injuries in badminton, and mainly because of the lunging. It's not because of the overhead clear of we leaning back and twisting. Most of it is from bad lunging techniques, right? And after he lunged, because of his poor technique and the fact that he's falling forward, all the body weight is in front of the legs. So there's no way he could come back. And this is why Ashik needs to take about 3 more steps before he can stop. So if his friend hit to the back here, there's a long way to go back from there to all the way back to here. So learning to lunge will be a massive part that Ashik needs to improve. And here's a couple of things that you can do, Ashik, to practice your lunging. When you walk upright. You don't walk crunching down like this, right? So when you lunge, just the same thing. Learn to lunge upright. And probably the easiest way to practice lunging at home is, you know, go to the table, like your dining table. Put something. So for example, in my case, let's say you put a Rubik's Cube. And you put in the corner of a table. Let's say here. And you literally learn to walk to it, pick it up, and then put it placed down in the other corner of the table. And what you're trying to do is trying to go there to pick up the shuttle or whatever not, and trying to be as straight as possible. So let me try to demonstrate against here. So if I put this up here, okay, right, so as you can see here, I'm going to stand up. When I reach for that Rubik's Cube, the first thing I'm going to do is trying to be upright. Just trying to be upright first, nice and straight. I'm going to reach with my hand first and walk to it. During the whole time, I want to try to keep my body straight. And the reason why you want to keep your body straight is this. If you don't step far enough, I have to lean. So that's one mistake that a lot of players make, is that they don't step far enough with their foot. So instead of doing a little step and then lean, what about doing a bigger step? And look, now I can touch it comfortably and I'm still upright. Whoops. Does that make sense? So learn to step further, and then you can reach the item while your body's still upright, rather than do smaller step and suddenly you have to reach. So once again, step, reach, bring it back, walk, and trying to be upright. And just by learning to do that simple exercise at home over and over again, it will make a big difference when he goes on court. So Ashik, if you're watching this, and I will give him a phone call, not a phone call, like a Zoom chat or something like that, to explain about the principle of being upright while you're doing practicing your lunging. So important. So yeah, so lunging will be something that Ashik really need to work on, and that is not just able to get to the shuttle fast or anything like that, but more importantly, it's just to get away from this crouching, get just basically prevent back pain and knee pain, because trust me, once those back pain and knee pain start to kick in, it is a long road to recovery. And this is where, like, if you were thinking about, if you love your badminton and if you love playing for a long time, oh yeah, I can have an ice cream while I'm doing this. Thank you. Goody gumdrop ice cream. So I would say, if you love your badminton and you want to play for a long time and you don't have beautiful techniques, please go and seriously think about getting a professional one-on-one coaching, and just ask him just to make sure your lunging is correct, because like the most two common injuries in badminton is lower back pain and knee pain, and it's your lunging that honestly does the most damage to your body. And as we get older, the injury is just going to get worse and worse and worse. So if you love your badminton and you want to play into 60, 70, 80, whatever it is, please look at your lunging and get that sorted out, even professionally. That'd be the best investment you can do, because honestly, later on, if you get injured, the amount of money you're going to spend at chiropractor, at physio, etc., it's going to be so much more expensive than getting good coaching right now. Okay, so please consider that. I will make a massive video about lunging, and I'm probably going to make a big video about the patella tendonitis and lower back pain injury, because that's what I had to go through before. And I understand just how painful they are and how, I guess, soul destroying they are to your love of badminton if you suffer them. Okay, so yeah, so to recap for Ashik, I love the idea that, you know, he learning to have soft hand. I love the idea that he knows that he needs to go on V grip, and he's tall. So here's my recommendation for your exercise for you to improve as soon as you can. V grip. Oh, I got a feather. Be from one of the kids. So you got V grip, soft hand, but don't let go. Curl. Learn to chop sideways. Chop with your finger. See, finger. Learn to chop, and learn to chop up here, right? So learn to chop really high. So imagine there's a big piece of fruits up there, and learn to chop up there, and just get used to high elbow preparation and swing upward to chop. Okay, the next thing you need to do is just trying to just stay in that V grip. Learn to pronate as much as you can, and learn to square up. And trust me, your shot's going to be terrible. You're going to lose a lot of power at first because you don't quite square up correctly, so you tend to slice a little bit much. But it's just a journey that all of us have to go through, really. If your friend can be nice enough to feed you shuttle rather than hitting like this, it will help a lot. So he just feed you shuttle, and you just practice to rotate and learn to square up. Nice and easy. You know, you don't have to hit powerful shots or anything to practice it. Now you need to practice from the 0 to the 1. You enjoy my ice cream? 0 to 1. As I explained before, imagine it's a bow and arrow, and point upwards, and then relax that left hand holding your ice cream. So please get away from this and more like that. Do endless amount of practice in front of the mirror, in front of the windows at night, just to see your form. And once you have this beautiful form, I want you to learn to hold that form. You know, for example, right now, those 3 courts are empty. So learn to skip across the whole 3 court and holding this beautiful form. So I don't want to see like this as you skip, right? A lot of kids do that. You have to hold that beautiful form and skip across the 3 courts and be happy with your form. Okay, so what's that? V grip, soft hand, learn 0 and 1 position, especially 1 position. The 4th thing that Ashik can learn to do is really drive this elbow up and hit upward, rather than pull the elbow forward and hit, because then that means the contact point is too low. You are tall, Ashik. I think you're tall. So don't waste that height by hitting it too low. Hit it really high. Learn to lunge, the exercise that I taught you, I show about lunging, about picking up an object off on the table and just trying to be upright, trying to reach that object with the feet, especially the leading foot, in your case is a left foot, and learn to be as upright as possible. Pick it up and put it the corner of the table. Pick it up, put the other corner of the table. Great exercise. You can do at home a million times, and your lunging will be amazing. Okay, and there's that rotation, but I wouldn't worry about the rotation for now, because like you can't really do a proper rotation without hitting with a V grip. So learn those 5 first, and then we can work on your rotation later on. So hopefully you guys agree, and hopefully it was helpful for you, and a lot of you, I hope you can see your mistakes in the video as well. So yeah, thank you, Ashik, for sending in the video. I love doing these videos, and I love the fact that I can help people from across the world. So if you're interested, and if you would love for me to have a look at your game and your action and your swing and your techniques, or if you're advanced enough, you know, and have a good swing, you know, I can look at your gameplay, and I can try to help as much as I can. You know, for me, it's such an honor, it's such a privilege, really, to able to help people from around the world. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, let me know, like, comment in the description below. And then Ashik, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna give him a chat, and then I'm gonna go through these in a little bit more details with him. But hopefully, when we chat, he would have a pretty good understanding of the comments I have made so far in this video. Thank you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye bye.